We'll quickly go through this training module contents, okay, as a first step, and then we will spend 10 minutes on this one, and then I'll show one architecture slide, like how we did, what we did, and the process flows. Okay, we'll go on this one for about what, 10, 20 minutes. Okay, so 20, 40, and then we will spend 10 minutes on this video, like this is one end-to-end integrated solution from S4 Core Cloud Private Edition till FSM. So I will see this one also for 10 minutes, for 10, 15 minutes on a whole. Then last 5 to 8 minutes we will give for the uh, questions or other points. Okay. Okay. So training contents. So here you see first we will look deeply into like what is FSM, how it is going to fit the service optimization process, not only service optimization process, but also the maintenance process. Because after this 2602 release, even SAP is now positioning FSM everywhere in all the business needs across industries, even for even for asset management solution as well, because SAP is investing a lot of money in FSM, and they are rebranding the FSM. They are going to rebrand the FSM application itself as a FSAM, Field Service and Asset Management application. So that's what SAP is now focusing. So yes, we'll see what is FSM and how is going to fit. Solution overview. We are going to look into that in the form of architecture, in the form of process flow chart, in the form of video. We'll see all these things over there. And FSM features and functionalities. If you see FSM as an application, it is having a lot of functionalities which caters the requirement of different stakeholders. Stakeholders, I mean, uh, we have this dispatcher who predominantly works on this dispatching and planning activities. So we have a planning and dispatching both. And we have the technicians who travels the customer location, or he will be available at a service region where the maintenance execution will be performed. So these guys needs a device which is very handy to do the work. I mean, to record the work which they are doing. So mobile application. We have mobile application. These guys might be in a location where there is no network, offline capabilities available. You can do synchronization once the network is up. Okay. Since if FSM is more focusing on the service part, service area, because as you guys know very well that SAP is no longer going to support SAP customer services module, which is basically the look and feel of the plant maintenance module. They have upgraded and evolved the customer services module as a service module, which has more of a sales transactions kind of look and feel and flavor. And also earlier the SAP CS module was predominantly on relying on the S4 core itself. But now this S4 service is a blend of SAP CRM plus the S4 core. So all the configurations you will do in the S4 core itself, but there is no actual standard transaction to see all the different objects with the different transactions. We have one single transaction where you will get all the information about the different objects which are creating in S4 service. So S4 services more on the Fiori side and not on the GUI side. Okay. Having this as not having this idea on the S4 core side, since we are talking about the service pieces, it's very important that you are having a proper mode to interact with customers. Yes, we have S4 Service Cloud as a different product which you can integrate with your S4 core for the customer interaction related points. But if you don't want to have multiple applications, then FSM itself is having an option called customer self service, where the customers are onboarded into our application. The QR codes are printed and sticked over the equipment, or a web portal is available where customer can call to the customer representative of the organization, or customer can raise a ticket, service call by themselves, which will be addressed by the internal team. So there are many. So we have this functionality for customer self service. And then let's say your service execution horizon is expanding across the country, but you are majorly based on one particular state or a city, and you have your major workforce in that particular city itself. Let's say you have an organization sitting in Seattle, and your major workforce is in Seattle only, but somehow you got a opportunity and your business is expanding towards New Jersey or New York. Now, since your need of having a full-time employee at the New York or New Jersey, you will onboard some freelancers, or you will onboard contract employees, just like now what I did with me for you guys. It's for a smaller duration purpose. So you can handle such kind of requirements also through FSM as a this sorry, crowd workforce functionality. You have analytics and reporting. There are some 2 to 3 standard reports, but if you want to create some additional reports or custom reports, you can integrate your Jasper soft application. If you want to develop your analytics board, you can develop in your FSM itself, or you can integrate it with your SAP Data Cloud, Analytics Cloud. Basically, earlier it was the Analytics Cloud. Now it's called as a Data Cloud itself on a whole package. You can build your own dynamics and standard dashboards over there. You can integrate third-party applications with FSM, be it TeamViewer, be it Proaxia AG related one application. You can basically those are the extensions, right? You can extend it. You can integrate your Concur. So all these things are possible. So yes, that is all about the features and functionalities. And we are during this 30 hours course of time, we will spend around 1.5 hours, 2 hours, based on the need, or based on the experience which I have, like how much time it took me to complete these topics. So we will spend actual time over there, and then we will see the different master datas. Architecture, yes, of course, architecture we are going to see in next what next yeah next 12 minutes. Master data management. So yes, if you have an integrated system, you have a lot of master data in your S4 core. Around 14 to 16 master data is triggered to FSM, as in the business partner, products, product price, product stock, equipment, functional location, service call, operations, persons. All these information we will push into FSM to run the daily operational activities within FSM. We'll see about the data loader and data exporter functionality. Okay, meaning the import of data in a mass and export of data in a mass. We'll see the domain models. So I have this proper PDF which has all the domain models are nothing but basically the is compare basically you can compare the data model to the SAP standard tables. Okay, so for material we have Mara, for material we have Marcy, for material we have Mardi. Mara is general, Marcy is plant, Mardi is storage location. Like that, we have here, we call it here the data models or domain models, and we call it DTOs, data transfer objects. So there are around 150 to 160 odd DTOs. Like I'll give you the PDF, but I'll give you one more Excel sheet also, like which are all the main DTOs that you need to focus, at least to remember. So that I'll show you, and we'll see the cloud. We'll see what is cloud cluster, not cloud. Sorry, we'll see what is a cluster or data center, how the org structure is defined in FSM. We'll see the user, how the user model is handled, and these are nothing but the data filter and data management, not a big thing. And on the administration side, we will see the account settings, company settings. We'll see the user access management. What are user roles? What are user policy groups? Why we have two different terminologies and two different objects for only managing the access itself. We'll see those things. We'll see about service workflow configuration. Service workflow configuration is nothing but the steps which a technician has to go through in his service journey. We'll see that also, because let's say you are an organization, you have both the options, as in you have a maintenance depot where your assets are getting managed, and you are selling your assets to customer location also, so you need to cater the field service requirement as well. So the technician who is going to handle the field service activities, he has to accept the service call, he has to service activity, he has to travel to the service location, he has to record mileage, he has to record expense. So there are much more steps involved, or you need to streamline all these steps which which a technician is going through in a service journey, right? On the other hand, you have the maintenance technician. He doesn't have to record mileage, he doesn't have to record expense, because his day to day job is to visit the maintenance depot where he is designated. Assets will come to his place, he needs to do the maintenance job, and then the asset will go away. So for him, the steps are much more less in his maintenance execution journey. Those are controlled through service workflow. So we'll spend some more time along with the mobile field service concept. We can do screen configuration. FSM is a more vanilla application. So the screen configurations, company settings, business rules, all these are something you can do within FSM itself. And you can even write your own custom translations. You can write business rules. Business rules, we will spend actual 2 hours on business rules. Query API is nothing but, as I said, we have all this domain models and everything. Uh, we have this domain model and everything. Like in SAP, we have this SE16, SE16, and SE11 transactions to export data from the tables. Here it's a bit tricky. You need to write a query APIs to extract the data. So query API, we will not spend separate time, but whenever we are talking about master data, whenever we are talking about smart forms, we will, touch upon the query APIs parallelly. Yes, then we have this workforce management. We'll see the overview of planning and dispatching board. What are all the functionalities which is available in planning and dispatching board? What is the service call life cycle? The complete service call life cycle. We will run one end-to-end testing itself within the planning and dispatching board by creating a service call, creating activities, assigning it to the technician, releasing it to the technician. We'll see about the absence and reservations functionalities within FSM. The workflow steps, we will compare and see for each and every step which a technician is doing in the mobile application, how the statuses and workflow steps are recorded in planning and dispatching board. We will see that one. We have map functionality. You can integrate your Google Maps, here maps. You can even integrate your ArcGIS, ESRI map to make some additional markings over the map. That is also possible. And skills and filter. The skills and filters we will talk in the master data management session itself. So in FSM we have a very good option called skills, where you will manage the skills at the business partner level. You will manage skills at the material master level. Then when you create an equipment, again the material, the skills will be automatically copied from equipment material to the equipment. Then you create a service call, and you will assign the business partner an equipment. All the skills within the equipment and business partner will be copied into the service call itself. And service activity will, which is the operation, inherit the skills from service call. So it's all automated. And On the other hand, the technicians will have the skills managed into their IDs by the service planners or maintenance planners. So there will be actual skill match happening at the time of dispatching. So it's a good functionality we have.
Quick
And there is
question,
one more. Yeah, please.
so that simple forms falls where? Falls under which category here?
Skills, come again?
Simple forms. Simple forms are the one that the technician usually fill them up like on their when they get to the job site. Those
Okay.
forms they fill on their tablet. They call simple forms. Where do they fall here under what category?
Actually, I'm struggling to understand your accent. Maybe it will take 2, 3 days for me to, get
Okay, that's
aligned with
okay.
you.
I will
Yeah.
type the question then. I will
Yes,
type it.
please. Yeah. Maybe it will take 2, 3 days.
That's okay.
Type the question. I will try to answer you at the last. Okay. Sorry for the
Okay.
inconvenience. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go.
Yeah. Okay. Mobile field service. And then we have this once the dispatching is completed and release happen, we have the mobile application where you can actually the technician will actually do the execution. He will receive a notification. The service workflow will guide him to what are all the steps he need to do. He can create a follow-up activity within his mobile. He can use the reserved materials, or he can consume a new material. He can record a time, which is basically called efforts. He can record expenses. He will record mileage. He'll do the activity feedback collection from the customer. He will do the checkout, and he'll fill the smart forms, which is not mentioned here. So there is offline capabilities, as I informed earlier. So we have smart forms and feedback functionality. Basically, this is nothing but like in SAP, we have this Adobe Forms or smart forms, right? Just like that in FSM, we have checklist and smart forms functionality. So this is a low code
Oh,
no
that's
code
what I
approach.
mean. Smartphones. Okay.
Okay. Okay, my bad. Uh, Sorry, Daniel, it will take at least 2, 3 days. Okay.
That's
So,
okay. It's
yeah.
okay.
Yes. So smart forms and checklist. It's more of a low code no code approach. Which what I mean is in SAP, if you use the Adobe form and smart form, you need a proper ABAP guy who intervenes, does all these fancy stuffs and magic, and he will make us to wait, right? So we don't need to wait for him. It's all functional guys who can take care. We have standard chapters, we have standard elements. The elements consists of varieties of options, as in checkbox, radio button, drop down, like a descriptive answer, choose one among them. We customer signature, time, date, GPS, table. You can do automatic calculation. Uh, there are there are mm, there are quite sufficient elements listed within the smart forms, so you can create your own smart form template, and these smart form templates are assigned to the service activities, which will generate an instance unique number only for that specific activity. And basically, you will use these smart forms for pre-inspection checks or post-inspection checks, or post-execution checks, or as form of feedback from customer. So you will use it for all the different functionalities. We have analytics and reporting. We will look into what is the analytics and reporting. We will see the functionalities, and you can integrate the Jaspersoft application with our FSM application, which we will not cover, but proper, uh, I'll give you a proper PDF. Maybe you guys can do it and let me know if you got stuck somewhere. I'll share you this document. This document will have a proper screenshots and the steps you need to do to integrate Jaspersoft application with FSM. So I'll share it with you guys on that one. and SAP and then there is one more topic, SAP integration of SAP Analytics Cloud with FSM. That is also something. I'll share you the help portal links, which has the proper procedure, but we will not do it. Jaspersoft is a free application, but Analytics Cloud is a bit costly one. Business rule, yes, we will spend 2 hours on business rule. How to, what are the functions? Sorry.
Sorry about that.
Okay, no problem. So we will talk about business rule. What are the trigger actions? What are the conditions? What are the variables? What actions we can trigger? Actions. What actions you need to trigger before FSM event or after FSM event, or whether it has to be a scheduled event. So all these functionalities, whether the action has to happen on an activity or service call or a crowd or person. Basically, business rule helps you to automate certain tasks which are not part of standard FSM. As I said, because FSM is a vanilla application, so it helps you to automate certain functionalities which have specific customer needs. Okay, there are a lot of options as an execution action which we have. I know it will be very tough for you guys to learn everything in a very quick manner, but I have a way. But let's try to do that with Claude. Okay. Then we have crowd workforce, which I have explained in the starting itself, onboarding of freelancers or third-party technicians, third-party organizations. We have a partner portal. We'll see the complete setup of the workforce in our 2 hour session or 1 and 2 hour session. Yes, and then we have customer self service, which I talked earlier. We will spend a proper 1.5 hours on this one as well, where how we will onboard the customers, how the QR codes are, individual QR codes are generated against an equipment, how these QR codes will redirect the customers to the web chat assistant when they scan it. So we'll see all these things. And integrations. So yes, we will talk about 2 integration points. Basically, I have 3 different Excel sheets with the steps you need to perform in all the different applications. One is S4 on-prem integration with FSM via CPASM middleware, where I have the different steps as in the prerequisites, preparations, and configuration steps that we need to do in all the 3 different applications, which I mean the SAP, which includes the data replication framework, cycloconfig, SOA manager, CPI, cloud connector, and FSM. Okay. And I have one more Excel sheet, which is the cloud public edition integration with the FSM. That is the different steps we need to do along with the screenshots, how to create communication arrangement, how to create a communication channel, what are the steps you need to do in CPI, what are the steps you need to do in FSM. On top of it, in public cloud, we will talk about the one domain model, because SAP is focusing on one domain model, master data integration, where if you want to transfer the core master data, let's say from you need some information, FSM needs information from HCM, FSM needs information from customer portal, or FSM needs information from supplier portal or Ariba. So FSM does not talk with the individual application itself. Rather, all the applications will share their master data information to one service, which is running in BTP, called a one domain model master data integration service. All the applications share the information to MDI, and whichever service or whichever application needs information, they will import the information from the MDI service itself. So that is the concept of one domain model. I'll show you the help portal. I'll show the proper the architecture or the visual diagram also, upcoming sessions. And then we'll talk about the different FSM business AI functionalities. There are good number of business AI functionalities: equipment summary, activity summary, assignment duration prediction, the route optimization, the technician briefing. You can integrate Joule also, but all these things comes with additional price, which is SAP AI services module, and it is a separate price for it. You know, for each and every service, SAP is asking around 15 to 17 euros for a month. So we cannot have it in our system, but I have a proper deck in which I can show you with the screenshots. But if you guys want to see it, you can let Sai know, and maybe I'll try to work on activating this business AI functionalities within FSM. Okay, this is all about the content, the topics which we will cover, and let me run one small video. So basically, I said, right, this is the customer self-service portal. So this QR code will redirect the customer to the chat assistant window where they will do a proper login. And if you see here, you can schedule a technician, or you can view the equipment details, or you can call the customer service representative, or you can open any URL which is attached to this particular hyperlink. So this is not an AI enabled. This is basically script based. So customer will fill all the necessary information. If you want, he can take a picture. He will give the location, everything. So here we have two options. Either a customer can provide his availability, or customer can get availability from the technician. So this is the planning and dispatching board. In the dispatching board, we will see the service call once, inspection of conference room as a service call. You can see the external ID. This external ID is nothing but which is coming from your S4 core itself. This is the S4 core, S4 service module. You can see the service order got created from the customer self-service portal, where customer self-service portal triggered the information to FSM. FSM created the service call. It triggered the information to SAP. SAP created a service order, and then the information is passed back. So there is a line item. As I said, S4 service more has a look and feel of sales transaction. You can see the service call number also integrated at the service order in S4 core. Now we will go to the dispatching mode and we will see the assignment. Okay. You can do a simple drag and drop, or there is an automated scheduling functionality which runs on the business rule and scheduling policies. There is a semi-automated functionality that again runs on business rule. So again, this is the mobile application. Technician will receive the notification, and then he will look into his EMME, which is the reserved material, mileage, time effort, and all these things. And so this is the service workflow I meant earlier. So you can see the four different icons, right? So that is the service workflow, which I said. So we can control. So he accepted, he traveled, now he's working, he is updating his time information. Now he's creating a follow-up action also, because he needs to do additional execution where he needs additional material which he doesn't have at this moment. So see, synchronization had not happened till now. You can see that icon with red dot. So he's completing the old activity. He's recording all his TNM journal. So basically, he added mileage and effort. So synchronization got completed. You can see in S4 core at the item, since the follow-up activity was created, a new item will be generated because it was a follow-up activity, new line item. So we can add the physical material also here. You can add a physical material which you need to fulfill the service execution of that particular activity. That is also something you can add. So I'm going to skip a bit here. Why? Because now comes the purchase requisition and purchase order part for procurement of this particular spare part. So which is not much. This is pretty standard SAP behavior. So you can see based on the item category, PR got generated. The PR is converted into a PO, and the GRN is performed. So the part is now available for the technician to use it in the customer location. So that is the whole idea. So yes, technician will now open the follow-up activity, and then will accept it. And then the same steps which he did earlier, he will do here also to finish the job. So now there is a reserved material, he will use it, he will select it and he will use it. Then before doing checking out, he will add the TNM journal, which is time and material journal, effort, material, mileage, expenses. He will add everything. Synchronization happened, and then it goes to the dispatching board in the time and material journal for the service planner to approve the approve the costs which was posted by the technicians. Either he can approve it directly, or he can reject, or he can he can send to technician back for a change. All these things are possible. So once these are approved, once the cost once the time and material journal is approved from service planner, it gets posted into SAP S4 core as a service confirmation. So you can see confirmation got created. Now we are closing the confirmation, completing the confirmation. Once the confirmation is completed, next you will do the release for billing for the commercial aspect of the process, which is the last step. So you will uh, do the release for billing and billing documents, and yes, so the commercial is now handled. So this is how the whole service life cycle will be handled. And yes, SAP is having an initiative called Field Industry Value Scenario, and luckily I am part of that. From my organization, I am part of that particular initiative, and I'm the SME for this field service excellence process, where SAP has a lot of products which takes care of the individual requirements. But the industry value scenario, field service excellence, brings out the overall value which our industry will achieve on having all the applications integrated with each other, which will fulfill the complete service life cycle with near to minimal manual intervention. So that's the whole idea about this industry value scenario. There is field service excellence, there is maintenance excellence, there is sustainability initiatives, there is a multi-level supply chain concept. So there are many concepts, but I'm more into field service, so I took this. So this is with me. So this is a simple architecture flow which I want to show, which we did for the private cloud customer. So you have this on-prem, which is running on AWS, as for service execution. We have FSM. For the integration layer, we have used Cloud Connector and CPI as a middleware, and DRF, Data Replication Framework, or Cyclo or Application Interface Framework, or this RFC, which is available within the SAP S4 core itself. Okay. On the S4 side, you will maintain class, characteristics, functional location, and equipment that you will integrate, that you will replicate to FSM as a UDF meta and UDF meta group. Both FSM functional location and equipment will be uh, synchronized as equipment itself within FSM. We have business partner, employee relationship, product price, service contract. All these are replicated to FSM. Service order is replicated as service call in FSM. Service order line item is replicated as activity in FSM. Maintenance order is replicated as service call in FSM. Maintenance order operation is replicated at activities in FSM. CS order is replicated as service call in FSM, and CS order operations is reflected as activities in FSM. Okay. So once all these informations are recorded, smart forms can be attached. Mobile technician will use the tech service technician will use the mobile field service application. He will record the efforts. He'll record the material consumed. He will record the mileage. He will record the expenses. He will fill the checklist, and he will do a checkout of that particular activity. And the TNM journal will be pushed, and the TNM journal will be approved by service planner. So this is how the whole setup is done. We have team viewer application. As I said, it does the basically that Microsoft Teams job, but they have a own TeamViewer as its own application, Exist AR, which is AR enabled camera where you can do a proper mouse position or pointing position. It records the whole conversation. It gives a uh, it gives a snap of the conversation in a PDF format along with the screenshots and videos. So it has its own AI capabilities. Sorry, I say AI capabilities and functionalities basically. We have this S4 service which is running for collaborating. We are collaborating with FSM and TeamViewer, and these are all the different stakeholders who are getting benefited out of it. These are all some marketing jargons which is available. Seamless integration, AI assistance, collaboration ready, IoT is enabled, end-to-end service lifecycle is achieved, data-driven decision making is achieved, scalability and flexibility is achieved through BTP. Next, this is the one which we did on the public cloud. Same story, this piece, but a different story in this, sorry, additional story in this area. We have integrated APM also along with our S4 core. APM does the asset health monitoring, reliability engineering, and all these things. So we have integrated IoT information to APM because APM is more capable and stable to handle the IoT information because SAP itself is releasing APM with embedded IoT functionalities. And then we have this landing lens. Landing lens is a third-party AI tool which you will train to detect the damages within the objects based on the pictures which is being captured from the main line by the cameras and feeding into the landing lens application. So basically there are cameras which will take the pictures of the assets and it will send to landing lens AI model. Landing lens AI model is already trained with 80 to 85, 90% accuracy. It will detect whether the object within the picture is having a detect damage or not. It will send the visual inspection results to APM, and the reliability engineer or the maintenance planner will accept the damage for further corrective actions or reject it because some anomalies are there, which will reduce the planner's job or the individual person's job who is actually taking the pictures. So by remaining all the standard stuff, yes. On the integration layer, we have used CPI, uh, but we have data replication framework on the SAP core level. We have communication arrangement, communication model on the channel on the S4 core public cloud level. We have this one domain model, and we have event mesh on the S4 core level. A simple process flow. I'll take only one. Okay. Customer will create a service request. Sales guy from our organization will create a customer quotation. Quotation is sent to customer. Customer, if he accepts, then service order will be created in SAP, and automatically it will create a service call. Also, maintenance activities are scheduled. The tasks, physical planning of tasks and parts are performed. Parts are consumed in FSM. The the technician dispatch will happen. Either it can be manual drag and drop or through AI based, it's automated and semi-automated. Once the releasing and dispatching happen, the technician will receive the call in his mobile. There is geo map enabled, so map will help him to go to the customer location without any taking longer routes. Even as an organization, we also have a proper eye on our technician, that he's not looting our money, or he is in a safe place while he is traveling. Okay. And, technician will execute the tasks. It's not only the internal technician, even the external technician, which is the crowd service. They can also execute the task. They can also use the native FSM mobile field service application, and TeamViewer app will play a role here when the execution is happening. The service technician can contact the remote expert who is sitting in the back office. He'll record the mileage and expenses, will retrieve the information, service report is generated, tasks are confirmed, signature is acknowledgement is received from the customer, the confirmation is posted in FSM, or the confirmation is approved in FSM. It creates a service confirmation with an SAP. Order is closed. Commercial aspect is handled. So you can see the complete end-to-end service life cycle from the customer initiation till the customer commercial. All are handled throughout this service excellence process. So yes, guys.
Oh yeah, I can see a screen.
Yeah. So in dispatching board itself, you have an option to manage your core hours and core days with your work timings and your default days also. Through this, your your working hours is enabled actually. Okay, and this is your working hours. So you can enable a business rule to not to assign work after the working hours. So in this way, you can control the technicians' time horizon with the service activity planning.
Okay. So, okay. So you don't need like to do interface with the other like scheduling like workforce.
See, again, it depends on the requirement, meaning why I'm saying this. See, there are many customers who have service and asset manager as an application, okay, for the maintenance execution part. And they use the resource scheduling application within the SAP S4 core. But the resource scheduling application within S4 core is not having the flexibility which FSM is providing, okay. In FSM, you can reassign the activities, you can log the technician, you can log the time, you can duplicate the service activity, you can add supporting technicians for the service activity. You can, there is a lot more functionalities within this dispatching board, but on the RSH you don't have this kind of flexibility, and that is the reason maybe now even SAP is struggling to uh, build an interface between the RSH and if RSH and AFSM dispatching board itself, because on RSH, all these controls are happening at the operational level system statuses, but the triggering of information to FSM from S4 core is happening through the maintenance order header system status. Okay, so there are bit constraints, but still, what SAP is positioning is that SAP is positioning SAP is positioning FSM. If SAP is asking customers to use planning and dispatching board from the FSM application in between S4 core and SSAM. So S4 core will send you the maintenance order, integrate your FSM planning and dispatching board with the service and asset manager, do the planning and dispatching in FSM, and do the execution in service and asset manager. Okay, so they are saying in that way, and as such you don't need a proper additional workforce third party application for controlling this schedule.
or you
because
don't need
FSM,
it?
I feel it's not needed. Again, if I have to be more specific, I cannot comment more because we need to understand in depth um, what exactly the opposite person is expecting. On a high level, from what I understood from your question is it's not needed because at this moment in within SAP, on the service execution or maintenance execution, whatever the products which SAP is having, FSM is the one of the best application which is having a very intuitive dashboard, user friendly, and very convenient dashboard specifically for the planning and dispatching of the technicians and against the activities.
Okay. Yeah, because one of the requirements was they have a workforce management, which
Hmm.
they use it for technician availability and like a schedule. They
Okay.
schedule, yeah, because it's a union the organization that, yeah, they use union. So workforce, they schedule, say, okay, this person will be available from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., for example. Right? Other will be available from 2 to 10 p.m. And
Okay. So,
if
okay. Continue,
then that
please.
schedule to FSM. So if you are in a dashboard, you can.
I got your question. Yeah, there is one more option. There is one more option called time slot types, and then you can 1 minute, please. Not time slot types is for the reservation. Settings. There is one option. Activity not at the activity level. Not at the time. Master data. Work time patterns. Yes. So you have work time pattern. Okay. You can create a proper work time pattern. Okay. Let's say like one work time pattern is for a morning shift, one is for general shift, and one is for night shift. So you can create your work time pattern. Okay. And you can assign the people against your work time pattern. Okay. Once you do this, automatically your dispatching board also will start to show the people accordingly. So you can control your shifts against the people. Yes, of course, it is a weekly manual activity or a monthly manual activity for the service planners because it's their regular job, right, to handle the rotation of the technicians shift. So it's their regular job, can't control. So this piece will take care their shift and everything, and having this controlled, you can see the dispatching board also.
Can you use it? Can you use work time pattern to interface with other tools like Workforce, or you need to do mine?
See, work time patterns is some functionality which is available within FSM itself. Even without integrating the workforce, you can do it within the FSM. That's what I'm trying to say. Because see, they have a union, let them have a union. They have their, see, when they have a union, they stick to their time, they have their own shift. They will not work more than the shift. Everything is respectable. But finally, all these technicians are handled by a service planner, right? At least the team leader. So that guy will manage this work time pattern within FSM itself. Like I'm
Okay.
still trying to understand what is the business benefit or value which the customer will achieve on integrating workforce. Because anyway, there is work time pattern within FSM. You manage the time, you manage the people over there. You have a dispatching board which is going to show the active time here just by showing the grayed out and white icons. So I'm just trying to understand the
Because
business benefit or value.
is required by the organization and the union for uh, their schedule not to be planned by a planner, because the planner, they feel like a planner can give somebody extra hours, right? So they want
Okay.
the schedule for each technician will come from workforce. So it means part of HR, human resource, they detect that schedule. So for the planner, the planner schedule needed to schedule a person according to what the requirement from human resource, not from planner who I can give my friend overtime, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so that's why we one of the requirements. So I'm trying to figure out how we'll be able
Maybe
to.
okay. I will give you one more option. You can create one more user policy group, which is restricted only for the planning and scheduling purpose, and you can give that access to the union itself, so that the union leader can will have the authorization to do the planning and dispatching of their union members within the FSM itself. You remove all the access, you give them only the planning and dispatching access. I mean, I'm trying to give you a unified approach with less systems within the architecture, but still, if you want to integrate that piece, give me some time. I need to check whether there is an API which is available for this particular work time patterns and for planning and dispatching board. For sure, there should be an API, but for work time pattern, whether there is an API or not, let me check that one. If the APIs are available, standard APIs, then you can easily expose those APIs through client ID and client secret, and you can update this client ID, client secret information to the third party application. So your FSM is exposed to the third party application like Workforce, whatever you mentioned, and then the data can be pushed from your Workforce application into the FSM application. It is possible, but I was trying to, keep everything as a fit within the FSM, but it is possible. I need to check only the API for work time pattern.
Yeah, because it was it's the same thing. I thought like, okay, maybe we can use if there are capacity, we can use it from S4 from the work center, or we can just use the tool you have in FSM, but because of the requirement and the regulation for union. So that's what was the requirement. The schedule need to come from HR, not from the planner. So that's one. That's one of the requirements. If we'll be able to interface it straight to the dashboard from workforce to a dashboard, that will be fine. If we can interface with the work time partner, then yeah. So yeah, the one of the requirement. Okay, this was a good demo. And
okay.